Next question.
Hi. Since we have you here on the road for a little bit, wanted to touch on the activist side, and was curious as to, with this group of people here, I tend to be an advocate for progressive causes, and with this group of people here, anyone who'd be interested in getting involved in activist causes, what would you most like to see them move toward or get involved in?
I started off doing activism when I was pretty young, and I did it because at the time I was asked to get involved. And everyone here does their certain form of activism. And if you don't, then you'll find it sometime in your life, because you're really, the only way you can stay balanced in this lifetime is that you have to give more than you receive. And that's how you balance this life out. And if you're not doing that, then you're really receiving and receiving and receiving, and pretty soon you start to create this unbalanced personality that does not look outside of yourself. Everything's coming in, but nothing's going out. So if you're sitting here and you've never done anything for somebody else, think about it. And if you have done things for somebody else, you know what happens. Your self-esteem, your self-respect, your self-worth just grows and grows, and you become so well-rounded that when you touch your art form, whatever it might be, I mean, when a lawyer does his lawyering, when a barber cuts hair, when an architect does their imagination goes wild and start to do their thing, all of that inspires them. That's what happened to me in my art form. The more that I gave, the more I received in respect of my ability to touch my art form and grow. So, activism is a word that really means action, okay? So just take action. If you're not taking action, be aware that you're really not as rooted with your own understanding of yourself as you could be. And it's going to affect your life, especially as you get older. Age has a very, look, when I was in my 20s, I swear I knew everything. And by my 30s, I knew everything. And then in my 40s, I started to question a little bit. And then in the 50s, I said, wow, I don't know if I know that much. And now in my 60s, I know I look good, but I'm going to be 65. And right now, what I say is that I don't know anything. All I know is what I define myself to be. And by defining yourself, you've gotten closer and closer and closer and closer and closer to knowing and understanding that. But everything else has been let go. And as much as I read, it's only reading to stimulate my thought going towards my craft and what I'm doing. So I'm limited, real limited. So I can't really expound with, we're talking today with some people about rejuvenational medicine period. And he was, doing his thing, and I said, wow, I just can't carry on with the conversation too much further than I already have. I hope you'll stop. But basically, I will say this, activism is the key to being all that you can be, much more than the United States Army. There's nothing wrong with being in the Army. I love the Army. I love military. Battlestar.